Today what we're going to do is we're going to continue on with Chapter 12, Section 2, and we're going to be looking at areas of cylinders. Now you're going to notice that there are two cylinders that are highlighted here. First of all is right cylinders, which are these two, and again their height is straight up and down, they form a right angle. And then also the oblique cylinders. The oblique cylinder is just a cylinder that someone went up to and pushed over a little bit. Notice the heights, and that's really what's showcased here, is the height is straight up and down in the first cylinder, but in the oblique cylinders, they tend to be off to the side and they form a right angle. So that's really important to take a look at. Now, how do we find the surface area of cylinders? Essentially what you do is you find the bases, which are circles. And there's two of those, and then you add the middle, which is a rectangle. The net of the cylinder really showcases this nicely. You're going to notice the bases are these circles, and then the middle, you'll notice, is a rectangle. Now, the area of a circle, if you remember, is pi r squared. The area of a rectangle is base times height. So the lateral area is the same thing as the area of the rectangle. So to showcase that, you've got base times height, or the lateral area. If I take a look at this rectangle, the base of this is really the circumference of the circle. So it's the circumference times the height, or the lateral area is 2 pi r, which is the circumference of the circle, times h. And so if I take a look at the total surface area of a cylinder, you'd have 2 times the area of the circle, which is pi r squared, and then you add the lateral area of the circle. So really that is the formula for the cylinder. You are not always going to remember that. So really when you work with examples like this, what I'm going to ask you to do or encourage you to do is look at it kind of like we did with prisms. So the bases, first of all, there are two of them. They are circles. So area equals pi r squared. Area equals pi times 4 squared. And so my area is 16 pi. Okay, now the middle or the lateral area, again, the area is the circumference, which is 2 pi r, times the h. Area is 2 pi, the radius is 4, and the height you'll see is 14, which is what they gave you. And so the area equals, go ahead and take 2 times 4 times 14, and you end up with 112 pi. And so the total surface area of this figure is 2 of the bases plus 112 pi. And so that would be 16 plus 16 plus 112 gives me 144 pi, or go ahead and use your pi key and you get 452 point, we'll say 4, and it is centimeters squared. So that's how I'd like you to handle those rather than just memorizing a formula, because you don't always have that formula there for you, but you can produce the formula easy by working through the problem. Let's go ahead and let's look at this next problem. Again, we're going to do the bases, and there's 2 of those. Area equals pi r squared. Now, what makes this problem different is you're going to notice that I don't have the radius, I have the diameter. So the radius is going to give me 5 divided by 2, which is 2.5. Make sure that you show that and not just plug it into the equation going da-da, okay? Make sure you show that when you do that. So pi times 2.5 squared, area equals, so go ahead and take your 2.5 and square it, and you end up with 6.25 pi. Now the middle or the lateral area is the circumference, 2 pi r, times the height. Area is 2 pi times 2.5 h. You could use pi d if you wanted to also. But, oh, I forgot the height they gave me, and that was 10.5. So area equals, you're going to take, and you get 52.5 pi. And I wouldn't put pi in there yet and cut things off. I'd make sure you keep it vague. So the total surface area is going to be 2 of the bases plus the rectangle in the middle. So 6.25 times 2, and then I'm going to add 52.5, and you end up with 65 pi. Use your pi key, and the total surface area is 204.2. And that would be meters squared. Squared because, again, we are using area. Let's move on, and the radius of the base of a cylinder is 4 inches and the height is 6. How do you find the lateral area and how do you find the surface area? Again, the lateral area is the middle. So if you remember, LA is 2 pi RH. And again, they gave me the radius. So the lateral area of this is pretty easy to find. And the height is 6. So the lateral equals 48 pi. And if you wanted to use the pi key, you could do that. The lateral area equals, it would be 150.8, and it would be inches squared. Okay, and then to find the total surface area, of course, you'd take the bases, and there's 2 of them. And it was 4. Okay, and then the total surface area then is 16 pi plus 48 pi. So if I take my 16 plus my 48, I get 64 pi. That would be the exact. Or if you took it through the calculator, use your pi key. You get 201. Oh, sorry, my bases, there's 2 of them. I want to multiply it by 2. I'm sorry I did that. So let's go back. And I've got 16 times 2 plus 48. That gives me 80 pi. Take it and multiply it by the pi key. I get 251.3, and that would be inches squared. Don't forget the top and the bottom. That's very important when you're trying to do that. And that is cylinders. It's that easy. If you have any questions, please let me know.